Landing an account this big will totally change my landscaping business. It's gonna mean hiring more guys and more equipment and new trucks for the new guys to drive the new equipment in. I don't know if I'm ready.
You can do this, and Ford Pro FinSimple can help. Our experts are ready to make growing pains less painful for your business with flexible financing solutions that meet the needs of your business today when you need them. Get started at fordpro.com/financing.
Savaged Unfiltered.
This program contains subject matter and language that may be disturbing to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
We're having more technical problems. We live in the 21st century.
Savaged Unfiltered.
Not only should we not be supporting them, but we gave $30 billion. Did you know we gave $30 billion this week, Jim?
Your host, Michael Gardner.
Alrighty, guys, welcome to Savaged Unfiltered. Joining me here is the co-host that comes on Mondays, guys, Joseph M. Leonard from his book, Terror Strikes Coming to a City Near You, which is also a author of a upcoming book, How to Write a Book and Get It Published, which I want to talk about that towards the middle of the show. Also, guys, we have joining us here that comes on the show, Savage Unfiltered on-air personality, Soslin Timison, also from his show, The Sosh Report. Welcome, guys. I want to get into this intrusion attack because I've been looking on the news, and I think myself and a few little, conservative outlets are the only ones really talking about this. I know the president really doesn't have any comments on it, which is fucking pathetic if you ask me. But I want to get Sas's insights on this first, Sas. What do you think why the president's not really speaking on this intrusion, man? And it's affecting the entire country. It really is.
Oh, because he doesn't know what's actually going on. Because his handlers aren't telling him, here's what's going on. Oh, you gotta get ice cream, so he'll address ice cream shortage. And he's not going to cover it because it's his favorite country. It's the country China owns Biden. So of course he's not going to mention it because of China, because if there's going to be connections in China, Russia, and even Ukraine. So he's not going to dare touch it because he'll lose money, and Hunter Biden, he'll lose his supply of crack cocaine.
Oh, Sas, I do agree with you on that, but there was something that came out earlier today on Newsday.
New concerns about power grid security across the country. More power companies are reporting intentional damage to the FBI. At least 5 substations report being attacked in Oregon and Washington state last month. It comes after last weekend's sabotage where someone fired shots at 2 Duke Energy substations in North Carolina. Residents just got power back last night.
You think nothing of when you turn on a light switch, but whenever you haven't had power for a few days and you turn on a light switch, it means it's
that
just everything.
Newsday is now predicting a massive radical malware attack literally a couple days right before the new year. That's literally expecting to shut down Suffolk's massive computer system here in the United States. Now, Suffolk, I had that pronounced that correctly, is a huge computer data system that a lot of big tech companies rely on. Now, if that gets attacked, there goes your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter, and all your great social media platforms because they rely on data from that company. So I don't know it's looking bad. I don't know what it's looking like for the rest of the country, but I know that would be looking bad for those social media platforms. You know what I mean, Joe?
Yeah. So we're unfiltered today, right?
Oh, absolutely. Every day, 365 days a year. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Suffolk should change their name now to So Fucked because of this cyber attack. And we are all going to be so fucked if we don't do something about cyber terrorism. I don't really go into cyber terrorism in terror strikes coming soon to a city near you. There's a couple things I don't, because I wanted to keep the page count down so it'd be a reasonably priced book rather than, cost $30-40. But maybe I need to add on and do an extended director's cut version where I go more into mass shootings and cyber terrorism and additional things,
Yeah. Yeah, cyber terrorism right now, Joseph, is at all-time highs, and it should be talked about a lot here in the country, which it doesn't. And it's really sad that we see that happening. You know what I mean?
Yep. And I'm a former IT guy, so I mean, we've been trying to plan, but the bad guys, the white hat hackers versus the black hat hackers out there. It's a real thing. It's a real war. It isn't all fought at the corporate or even the official.
Savaged, unfiltered.
They love it. But, for every fix, they come up with a workaround.
Well, get this, Joseph. We're talking about the Suffolk, right? The computer network, which is a huge computer network. This happened 8 days ago, folks, where the attack ended within 5 hours, but it left hours upon hours of the system to be shut down. They couldn't shut the system down real soon, and it affected. Hold on, Josh, what the hell are you doing, buddy?
I'm just standing here. I'm not doing anything.
Oh, there's a lot of noise. Like somebody's like going through a fucking a warp tunnel or something. But anyway,
I was hearing clicking, so we're just not having any luck with technology after the failed attempt to go live on Twitter. Anchor isn't 100% either today, appears.
Yeah. Anyways, it seemed like somebody was going through a room or something. Anyway, but the Suffolk computer network, right? It took 5 hours, guys, to be shut down. Can you imagine if there was a larger attack? It would take probably 4 or 5 days for the system to react to that.
Yeah, and we have a real threat of when we think about our grid, we had that attack the other day, which seems to be an inside job, a former disgruntled employee who shot up some equipment to bring down some transformers and a substation. But you don't need to physically assault them. You could do it through a cyber attack, and that's the greatest threat, that our grid could get shut down due to ransomware.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. What about you, Sas?
Oh, I couldn't agree anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, and you look at it, you look at this though, okay? Another thing that you also have to look at is how much more damage, if this cyber attack were to go through, how much more applicable it's going to really do, because you have a lot of people that rely. You have these social media influencers, you have all these other people, and it's going to be interesting because there's going to be a lot of suicides, because they're probably going to lose a lot of their pretty much livelihood.
Oh, without a doubt. We're talking about substations. Joseph just made a really good point. Here in the state of Florida, there was a report that showed that intrusions, which, folks, if you're not familiar with Duke Energy, it's a very, very large energy company that represents not only the state of Florida, but they assess in other states when there's natural disasters such as hurricanes and tornadoes and tropical storms. Now, Duke Energy, folks, the power stations in Tampa Bay, just like literally 2 hours west of me, just reported massive amounts of substations out. Where just a couple months ago in September, an intruder entered the Zephyr Hills North substation and manually tripped and locked out a 69 kV equipment station. Now, folks, if you're not familiar with a 69 kV equipment station, it's basically part of their massive transformers that get connected to a lot of power lines that are used to go to Barrier Islands, people that live on the Barrier Islands on the east and west coast of Florida. Now, when they go out, folks, okay, that's it. That whole island gets shut down. The power gets zipped. Gazada. Nothing. And these substations last for anywhere between 50 to 100 miles.
Savaged, unfiltered.
So 50 to 100 miles of just barrier island of communities have zero power. This is crazy. Can you imagine if somebody were to hack into a larger system, guys? It would be crazy.
Yeah, if anybody has the financial ability, now is the time to buy a long-running gas generator. But gas can be interrupted too. So a propane generator where you have your own propane tank, though propane is expensive, but these sorts of things are going to become ever increasing as the idiotic infrastructure bill the moron left put through was all a green energy con bill to funnel money to their friends. And nothing to do with the actual infrastructure or electrical grids and stations that needed hardening. They don't care about that. It's all about windmills and unicorn farts with these morons. They're fucking idiots.
Oh, yeah, they are. That's all they care about, Joseph, is windmills and you mentioned unicorns, a little goof on that. They are. They fucking Joe Biden is like, oh, we gotta bring more windmills in. Yeah, why? So you can kill fucking birds and put more fucking two stones to the fucking plot to the country? I mean, what the hell is a windmill gonna do?
Well, and not only that, but like windmills do take a lot of oil, actually.
Yeah.
Because like the whole narrative, like windmills actually take about a gas tank of straight up oil, motor oil, to keep their functioning, to make sure and all that. And there was this video circulating where there was like a windmill that had like a massive oil leak, and you can just see all the oil all over plastered and running down the windmill, and then it catches fire. And now you defeat the purpose. But you also have to look what they're doing though. So under this infrastructure bill, their goal is to buy out farmland from farmers by paying them $7,000 an acre so they can build all these idiotic windmills. So look at the bigger picture. They're literally purposely food shorting this nation. So we're dependent on the government.
I agree with you, Sas. People are going to be starving. The Netherlands just cordoned off thousands of acres of land that now will no longer be able to feed their people, let alone people in the third world who are starving. These people claim to care about the poor and indigent and third world, but they are really engaging in World Economic Forum, population control. Kill these people off. They are going to be the first to die, the ones they claim. And also windmills require so much more of a carbon footprint to build them than their useful lifespan returns in energy, plus the rare earth minerals and, of course, battery stuff to store that energy, because you need to store wind and solar for times that you don't need it or the wind and the sun isn't shining. And those batteries require rare earth minerals, mostly from Afghanistan, that Joe Biden gave to the Chinese, his CCP overlord.
And a system of oppression.
Yeah, I agree with that. I really do. And just to let you guys know, I want to touch a little bit more on this Florida thing. Now, do you know that there are currently in the state of Florida, and people were looking at me the other day because I was actually looking at some of the power lines, and I'm noticing a lot of like sparks and stuff in the power lines. And I'm like, look at all these sparks. You know, it's quite interesting that you see these sparks. And I'm like, there's one spark here. You go a couple towns over, you notice another spark in another power line. Now, one spark is really, it's not, you know, it's not suspicious. But when you start seeing spark after spark, now, folks, that's something that you need to bring to, you know, local authorities or possibly the state or federal level.
It is a myth that terrorism stopped during COVID. Unfortunately, mainstream media opted to prioritize pandemic hysteria over promoting all news. Terrorism continues. Simply hoping that it doesn't affect you is not a strategy. The new book, Terror Strikes, coming soon to a city near you, featured on The Author Show, is now available in paperback from bookstores, online, or as an ebook exclusively through Amazon Kindle. Terror Strikes, coming soon to a city near you by Joseph M. Leonard. Order today.
Right now, just in the state of Florida, we have anywhere between 6 to 7 active possible intrusion attacks here in Florida. And they're happening right now in the Tampa Bay area. There's a section in Orlando right off of Orange Blossom substation, which was actually targeted back in September of this year, September 18th. And then there was roughly the one I mentioned in Zephyr Hills, which was September 21st. Now, how come the president is not talking about this? How come?
Called me up and said they're going to go all electric by 2035. Every other company has signed up to do the same thing.
It doesn't fit the agenda. That's why.
Yeah, he doesn't want to relate the real problem that's going on. He rather have you live in a fantasy world that is out of touch reality. He rather have you believe that we're like everything's all hunky dory and that everything that, you know, the problems are from Ukraine and from Russia. You know, so like the power outages, they're thinking that's all Russians' fault. But then, no, it doesn't make sense. It's like incoherent. And plus Obama tells him what to address on. Obama tells him to deplete our oil system, and Obama tells him what to do. He's a real person, plus Satanic Hitler, who is Hillary Clinton. She's also telling him what to do, too.
Yeah, Sauce. You know, you mentioned it, you know.
Sauce, what the hell is going on in this little town?
Obama's running the show. Absolutely. He's been running the show for the last 2 years. If anybody doesn't see that, get your head out of your asses and see the bigger picture.
And
now,
so
there's something.
Hillary.
Yeah, Hillary too, Sauce. I do agree. But here's something here, guys, I want to get into. This is coming from Todd Neal.
Side of this is that you're potentially blocking malicious traffic in your environment. The bad side is, if it thought something was malicious that really wasn't, potentially you're causing a negative impact into your network environment. So things.
Now, Todd Neal is an associate manager, director for security risk management at Kroll. Now, Kroll is part of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, and they said this in a statement. It's definitely not a new type of threat, but I think we're seeing a level of intent to cause damage that is higher than we've probably seen in the past. Now, also, Mr. Kell had said that Duke Energy Florida, with efforts of Governor Ron DeSantis, has wrote a letter to the president stating that intrusion attacks need to be looked at a serious level. I agree. Yes. You know, I agree. I mean, you know, this is stuff that, you know, you don't even see on CNN. The only one that's covering this, Sauce and Joseph, is News Nation and Newsmax. Where's CNN? Where's the president on this?
Yeah.
What's going to happen when our fucking energy source, our energy panel goes down the fucking drain, you know? I'm telling you. I'm so damn fired up. I got Sauce and Joseph in silence, but you know.
Well, you know what? Just let you rant. And it's not like we've got much to add. I mean, there's not much to say else on this show. It can be a very short show because there's not much else we could say. I mean, we could just repeat over and over and over how Democrats have been warned about the need to harden our grid and resisted efforts during the Trump administration for us to do so. And the issue only gets worse. It's not going to go better till we do something to make it better. But they couldn't let Trump, of course, have a real infrastructure bill that dealt with real infrastructure issues. They always blocked it in the Senate.
Hey guys, check me out tomorrow. That's right, guys. We will be on Static Radio with on-air personalities of Problemman and Miles. Check me out, guys, on Static Radio tomorrow. Keep it savaged.
And then, of course, what happens when they get control? They put forth a bullshit infrastructure bill that is nothing but money laundering from Democrats to Democrat donors and cronies who then funnel money launder back to their campaigns.
Yeah, I agree with you, Joseph. I do. And it's getting worse, folks. Just listen to this. Just last week, a new hacker group coming out of Moscow, of all places, right? Now, they're now targeting and getting involved in a digital intrusion at the mega ride-hailing company known as Uber. Now, Uber put this out just last week, saying and stating that if you see anything suspicious, please email us. What? How the hell is a common person going to see something that's suspicious? People just go into a fucking Uber. They don't even think of it. I'm telling you.
Yeah, what suspicious is the average person going to see? The Uber app either works or it don't, right? There's nothing they're going to see.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you see something suspicious, how the hell is an average person? An average person doesn't even know what the term intrusion means. I mean, folks, if you see something suspicious regarding intrusion, please email us on the app. We'll take necessary actions. Yeah. All right.
The fuck kind of shit is that, huh?
Yeah, that's like if you see Santa, report to the Santa hotline.
I'm telling you, Sauce. It really is. It really is. Guys, I wanna take a moment here, and I had to put that in because it was part of the show today. But I also want to congratulate. There we go. Get the words together, Mike.
Graduate. I graduated.
Yeah, I want to congratulate. There we go. Next time, slap me in the head, Shaky. I need it.
You should come here.
I want to congratulate. It took me 4 or 5 times to say it. See, guys, I have to get back to grammar class in grammar school to say it. But I want to congratulate number 7. There we go. Joseph on his upcoming book, How to Write a Book and Get It Published. I hope I got the title right, Joseph. I didn't butcher the name, did I?
No, you got it right. Exactly. Which, gets to, I hold several dozen copyrights, but the only internationally published book I have right now is Terror Strikes, Coming Soon to a City Near You. And with the new book, How to Write a Book and Get It Published, I show all the behind the scenes things of Terror Strikes coming to market, from conception through writing. I give hints, tips, techniques, tricks in how to write a book and get it published, your publishing options, and post-publishing. You're not done once your book is published. You've got to market it. So there's some of that in there too. So I hope to help. I want to drum up competition. You'd think I wouldn't want competition, but actually I do. I want more people to write their own books.
Yeah, Joseph, you touched on something important, and I constantly tell the listeners and my social media followers, about competition and even simple attacks, on the internet. That's great. I welcome attacks all over there, and I welcome competition. It's a great thing. Go ahead, Sasa.
Yes, no such thing as bad press, right? It's still press.
Yes. Well, and speaking of attacks and competition, there's this podcast they didn't reach out, but it was interesting. They reached out to Michael, and actually, funny part is that they reached out to me first before they reached out to Michael, and I both said no. I think it's a Yogi, whatever it's called, podcasting network, and apparently he's apparently mad at both of us because we like, I don't know what happened. Do you want to explain to them?
Yeah, yeah. It's called the Yogi something. It sound like Yogi Bear or something at first.
Yeah, Yogi and Boo Boo show. You're smarter than the average podcaster. Yogi and Boo Boo.
Well, get this, Joseph. This guy, another crazy guy of a podcaster. Stas was laughing at me. He's like, Mike, you really know how to pick them. They attack you all the time. And I'm like, yes, Stas. It's crazy. I guess I have something that they don't have.
Well, yeah, it's envy and jealousy, and they lash out at you, hoping, and unfortunately, we are giving them now the airtime to, publicize themselves through attacking you. And the best thing to do is to just ignore them. And you're right. I mean, the cancel culture is out there, and my book gets it. That you could go to Amazon and see some of the negative reviews. They're all basically saying kind of the same thing or attacking us as conservatives. This one latest reviewer says, it starts off with a must-have for every prepper's bookshelf. It's like, so he goes on, he clearly didn't read the book, but goes on to every stereotypical trope about conservatives he can think of to try and discredit me and discredit the book, so you get that. And it's, unless if you can spin it to your advantage, like we're trying to do here, it is best to just ignore them.
Well, here's something, Joseph. He got upset with me and he says, I don't understand how you got to iHeart. Like what dick did you suck to get to iHeart? I mean, he actually said these words. And I'm like, buddy, if you think you can do good on iHeart, go on iHeart. I mean, if you think you can beat me in ratings, go on iHeart. I mean, were you jealous of because I'm getting higher ratings than you as a show? Go on iHeart.
Oh, that's
if you
fun.
Get better. And then the little snowflake liberal says to me, he says, by being a rude asshole, do you think that's gonna get me over? Well, I hate to tell you, buddy, being a good asshole on the air and being a jackass on the air actually gets you ratings. I guess you didn't learn that in podcasting 101.
Yeah, controversy sells. I mean, look at The View, right? People still watch that garbage. And what is it? It's the libtard snowflake model. Nothing but hour-long propaganda and spin. And again, conservative trope propaganda, anti-conservative trope propaganda, attacking the right to deflect from policy they can't talk about. Because if you talk about policy like we do on your show a lot, we talk about substantive matters, they can't win in that realm of reality. So they have to create those delusional bubbles where only they matter and have to try to silence and censor the opposition.
Yeah,
I hate to tell you, Joseph, but for a long coming here, I was really, really, how can I say the words? Surprised by our new good friend of the show there, Tommy Nation.
Yeah.
For the longest time, he used to hate me, but now all of a sudden, I think Joseph and I kind of welcomed him somewhat on the conservative level because he actually agrees with
well, he clearly is starting to agree with us some, but he's clearly not red-pilled. He's still deep down. I feel from some of the things he says in that bit of a delusional bubble still, or he's got a lot of friends around him that are clinging and trying to pull him down from being red pilled and getting outside of that delusional bubble. But yeah, thankfully, Tommy Nation, who I was joking around saying he was Tommy Hilfiger, the famous clothing heir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have hope for Tommy Nation, but I still see him clinging a lot to a lot of leftist views. Hopefully one day he'll be fully red pilled.
Hopefully. But, he did make a nice little joke to me and Stas last week. We were actually traveling. I was traveling back from Savannah. Sas was traveling back from somewhere in Wisconsin. I forgot, but we were right-wingers on the road. Yeah, right-wingers on the road.
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
But speaking of humor and bloopers, Sas had I'm going to close it out here in a minute, guys. But Sas had a thing with bloopers with Cole. How'd that go, Sas?
Oh man! So Joseph, you have to check that out. That is as hilarious, and I mean, even listening to now, I get
savaged, unfiltered.
Still like that's what a smile on my face, and that just makes me laugh. It was like, did you listen to the whole thing, Michael?
Yeah. Even though folks, Sas, when he talks, there's a lot of hiccups that come out, but there was a lot of hiccups that came out with this show.
Yeah,
hilarious.
Well, I mean, so what happened? So what happened is that it took us about 6 hours to record those 3 episodes.
Holy shit!
Yeah. And then Cole's like, you should. I'm like, Cole's like, you should do a bloopers, like of all the funny thing. I said, okay, let's go for it. Let's make an episode.
Absolutely. Michael did one of those too. Yeah, blooper gag reels, or even just exposing some of the technical difficulties behind the scenes, and that could, that's a good episode to have. It shows we're human, right? We're not perfect. None of us claim to be. That's another conservative, anti-conservative stereotypical trope. Oh, conservatives think they're perfect. No, conservatives knows there's only one perfect person, and that was Jesus Christ.
Amen.
We strive to do better always, but we know we will never achieve perfection. And before we do go, Sauce, I do got to call you out on air here. You still haven't had me on your show to discuss my book, brother.
I have not. Well, Joseph, I've actually been busy so there's a theme to everything I do. And so right now the theme is, when we get an opportunity, so it kind of has to correlate with my Bible verses. It has to correlate with my Bible studies and stuff and the guests I invite. So in the coming next year, I will message you on Instagram, and I will set up a date with you. Not in a weird way. So you can come on my show, and you can talk about the book.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say I could forward you all the biblical quotes in my book, but it looks like I deleted that file.
No.
All right, guys. You're starting to get me sick, Joseph, with the, coming on the show. You guys are going to go out on a date together, Applebee's.
We talked, Joseph, we talked about this whole going out on a date and stuff with with Michael and stuff. We talked about this, with Bob Lament, we did an episode with Bob Lament, and it was just pretty much straight humor. That was another just absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, that was an exclusive episode, guys. You can't catch that on Anchor or anything. You got to catch it on the website, which the website's just about done. When the website should be done in about another week or two, and then you'll be able to see that episode. But it was an exclusive episode. Bob Lament, which is a fucking pioneer in the business. Him and Miles. They do this show called Static Radio. They've been on the fucking air, guys, for 24 years. They just celebrated 24 years on the air. Before podcasting was podcasting, before iTunes. I mean, you're going back to fucking prehistoric
Dinosaurs.
YouTube. Well, yeah, that Sauce, but prehistoric YouTube era.
Yeah.
You know?
And before,
Yeah.
and actually, we're the same age.
Michael Gardner, unfiltered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The show.
How long they've been at.
Yeah.
Yeah, and regarding dates, I mean, women go on sister dates all the time, right? So there's nothing wrong with bro dates, right? I mean,
bromance.
Why can't the guys get together without the gals on occasion and have some fun too?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah. It's not a bad thing. But guys, I want to make some announcements here before we close it out. I got a couple announcements, guys, and then I'll give Sauce and Joseph the floor if they want to pitch anything. But guys, we got some good guest lineup. I promise. Joseph's always giving me that, like, I'll believe it when I see it. You know, I agree. I agree, Joseph. We had some guests that fucking butchered some of our episodes in the recent past. But anyway, guys, we have a guest coming up. Two guests coming up this week. We have Landy. Landy, her name is Landy. Landy. She is a OnlyFans model. So we're gonna get into some raw fucking unfiltered content, guys.
We gotta have Uncle Herpes on again that day too.
Uncle Herpes, Joseph is not scheduled with us until the first launch of Restream. He's getting on camera for it. He's putting the getup on, his face makeup. That's gonna be a damn good fucking show. I highly suggest you check it out.
And isn't OnlyFans, that gal from OnlyFans, isn't that like some illegal content like that they post? I think that's like that can get you in trouble with OnlyFans.
Well, it's kind of like the old school Backpage Sauce that the fucking government seized. But anyway.
Oh, okay. Well,
anyway.
That's gonna be an explicit rated R. You better put rated R only for men at 21 years and older.
Well, my disclaimer, guys, if you ever check out the disclaimer as the show starts, it says that this material is intended for mature audiences only. I do put that disclaimer on because I don't want to offend any of my snowflake listeners out there. But guys, yeah, check that out. This week, she'll be on the show. We also have a gentleman joining us here on the 15th from his show, Jake or JK. JK he goes by. He'll be on the 15th. And then tomorrow I'll be on Static Radio for the first time, joining Miles and Bob, which is going to be a really, really good one. Also, too, this week, I got to get them out here. I got to get the announcements. Got a lot of good announcements coming. What the hell is it? Friday. Thank you, Shaky. I know I'm shaking a mile a minute. I'm like you. But this Friday, guys, we're going to be on B Raw podcast with my good friend Walt out in New Jersey. It's a really, really good show. Hat tip to Walt of B Raw podcast. Looking forward to be part of that show. And then also next month, guys, on the 17th, we're going to have another individual joining us from the capital of Israel. Yes, way across from on the other side of the world, a woman that's a political activist. She is fighting not only for freedom in her country, but she is an activist for the world of freedom, she calls herself. So you're going to want to check that out on the 17th of January. She will be joining us via Restream. And she will be on camera on the 17th of January, guys. So I highly suggest you check that out. Also, too, guys, we're doing a pre-recorded episode myself right after we get off the air here with Soslin of Motel 6. Sauce's experience from Motel 6 from hell. He's got a crazy story to share on the show of Sauce recently going to a Motel 6, which I highly suggest you check that out. I'm sure it's going to be full of humor, dark comedy, and what the fuck what was Sauce thinking of, but so that's all the announcement, guys. Oh, and then the book too. I got to plug that in before I give Joseph and Sauce the floor. I always give them the floor if they have anything they want to pitch in on their content or Sauce's show and this and that. So the book, guys, America's Political Warfare, Our Modern Civil War. A lot of people giving me some questions through emails and through the blog there on Linktree of when the hell is it coming out? Well, it's coming out in a short week and a half, 2 weeks now. December 30th is the big launch day. The selling price will be $14.99, and it has about 38 chapters, guys. It's a rather interesting book. Got a lot of great titles covering everything from 2019 to current times. And it is very unfiltered, unrated, and raw. I don't hold back in this book, guys. So if you're offended by the cussing, I'm sorry. I can't take it out because it's already been fucking published.
And also, I want to throw in, thank you, Michael, for allowing me to write the foreword to your book.
I appreciate that, Joseph. Thank you. I want to thank you because Joseph, guys, yes, Joseph is in the forwarding, which is also known as the introduction. In the beginning of the book, which Joseph basically puts a lot of personal notation on in the very beginning of that book. So, Joseph, again, I do want to give you a thank you and also a hat tip to you, sir, for wanting to contribute to this book. It means a lot.
It will also, it's part of the marketing too. People, you got to read how to read a book and get it published if you're thinking about writing a book. It's part of cross-marketing, cross-promotion. I write the foreword to Mike's book. Therefore, I'm listed as the foreword writer on his book on Amazon, assuming the person who puts it on Amazon does it right. That way, if anybody looks at my book or my name, looks at my book, then looks at my name for other things I'm involved with, they'll also see your book, Mike.
You know, Joseph, I knew it. You son of a bitch. You did it for fucking marketing, did you? No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, to help your marketing. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm just joking. But I want to give a hat tip to Now Publishing US, which they're out of Tampa. Actually helped me out with the publishing. So they're going to be the ones that are going to be publishing it into Amazon.com, as well as you can buy this on Books A Million. Where else can you get it on? Barnes and Noble, Target, and Walmart. So thank you very much to Now Publishing US out of Tampa, Florida, which is a print media company. They're right little west of Temple Terrace, which is right in the center of downtown Tampa. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
Check them out. They do an amazing job. Yeah.
Before we go, Sauce, get my email from Michael. Have him send you my email address.
I'll just message you on Instagram.
Oh, okay. Well, I found that Terror Strikes Religious quotes file in an old backup, so I could send it to you so you could see what religious passages are quoted in my book, in case if they indeed are able to tie into your show at some point. Or again, there's more than a half dozen, so I think could do a whole show on them.
Absolutely.
Sasha, you got anything you want to close us out with, man?
Absolutely. So I just want to tell you that we are having a very eventful lineup this week. We have your favorite Christmas movies. That's going to be later on today with my co-host on the Sauce Report, Michael Gardner.
Die Hard. Got to be number one. Got to be Die Hard.
Christmas movie?
Yeah.
That's not a Christmas movie.
Yes, it is. Oh, we got to have that argument, Sauce. Anyway,
okay.
I'm sorry.
Well,
go on.
And then tomorrow we have a very eventful Sports Tuesday, and with Michael Gardner, and we're going to be discussing about what happened to Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, they got their breaks beaten off of them, and then as well as the playoff picture is starting to formulate a little bit. And then we're going to kind of touch over, kind of going to get into a new topic of hockey on Sports Tuesday. And then we also have the Therapy Twin Sisters.
Oh shit! You're getting them guys?
I hope you have better luck than we did on the Savaged Unfiltered show. We had all kinds of trouble with them, with their end using a phone. It would cut out, and hopefully
Are you surprised?
Yeah, I'm surprised. Wow. Hopefully you get at least more than a minute or two, Sauce.
Yeah, no. And then also, a small business has invited in the local Westfield area. They have invited me to kind of go and promote for them. So they want me to do like a sit-down interview with them and kind of do action pictures to help them promote. That's going to be on Thursday. So stay tuned for the Sauce Report on that. And that's a huge proponent. So I was actually blown away when they invited me to go there on Thursday after they closed to literally do a special sit-down interview and then do like behind the counter photos of like making my own latte to say, hey, this is what it's all about. So stay tuned on the TikTok.
Sauce, I have a question now. When you have the Therapy Twins on, are they aware that you are a Christian-based podcast?
They are aware, yes. Are they not
You know
Christian?
why I'm saying that, right, Sauce?
Are they not Christian?
No, they're unfiltered as shit, Sauce.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna try to remind them.
Sauce, do you want me to be part of your show so I can put beepers in it?
Well, what time? Well, it's gonna be probably at 5 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday.
You know what, Sauce? Send me the damn audio file, and I'll have Shaky put edit in the beeper. So you know, that's all you hear is beep beep beep.
So it will be nothing but one big bleep show, right?
Yeah, with the end saying Jesus loves you.
Yeah.
Oh, 1 second here before I give Joseph the quick floor here, because we got to close it out here pretty soon. Guys, I want to thank a good friend of Joseph, which Joseph also has a on-air appearance with Wham Radio, Detroit, out of the Ann Arbor area. I want to thank Derek that came on the show with Sauce and I, a very special guest. Like I said, from Wham Radio, 1600 AM of the Detroit, Ann Arbor area, for joining us on that show, discussing a little bit of Michigan State, the Wolverines. We got into a little bit.
No. You keep.
No.
Yeah, the Wolverines are in the state of Michigan, but they are the University of Michigan Wolverines. It is Michigan State University Spartans. And
there we go. That sounds like a joke.
You're like creating a hybrid team that doesn't exist.
Oh shit, man! I gotta get my fucking Michigan fucking teams right.
You're gonna get a lot of hate mail out of Michigan.
I'm telling you.
It's okay. Hey, Joseph, I keep on telling that, you know what? He should just come up to Wisconsin, and then he'll be right next door to Michigan, and then he could be a Badgers fan.
Yeah.
And then you and I are both gonna have to come together and get him a bulletproof vest if he's gonna go to live in Milwaukee or Madison.
It was a damn good show, Sauce. I actually enjoyed talking to Derek. Yeah, I think Sauce enjoyed talking to him too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget what the issue was with me that day, if it was the time issue or no, that's what it was. Instagram logged me out, and I didn't know they logged me out. I had the Instagram messages display there waiting for you to send me the link. I texted you through Instagram 3 times. It didn't tell me anything. You didn't get them because I was logged out, but it was too stupid to tell me you can't send this now. You're logged out, log back in again. So you didn't see my messages. I didn't see your messages until like 3 hours later. So
Joseph, I got him.
Instagram's fault.
Joseph, I got him. But yeah, like you said, 7 hours later.
Yeah. So that was that problem, right?
Yeah.
Because
but I also
looking forward to being on with Derek.
Yeah, we're gonna have Derek on again because I want to talk more sports with Derek. I want to bring him on the restream video sometime in January, possibly February, if depending on his schedule. I know he has a busy schedule compared to or excuse me, what he said to us over the air, folks. The man spends hours upon hours of preparation for his show.
Oh yeah. Not just his show. He's the board worker, the producer behind several Saturday shows on whamradio.com. You can do the listen live. The Abolitionist Roundtable at 9 in the morning, the A Moment of Clarity at 1 p.m., Your American Heritage at 2 p.m., the Ed Hoffman Art Show at 3 p.m. So, yeah, he's busier than a one-legged man in an axe-kicking contest, as they say, and then other shows during the week. So, but, yeah, it'd be great if Michigan can beat, I think they're going up against TCU early January to set up a game against Georgia. It'd be great to have Derek on after that victory and before hopefully playing Georgia, because hopefully Georgia will beat Ohio State for us.
I think you gave Sauce a spoiler onto his show for Sports Tuesday next week, Joe.
You mean tomorrow?
Oh shit! Tomorrow is Tuesday. Where the hell's my head? I think it's like Wednesday. God.
No, you're good. No.
All right, guys. I'm gonna give Joseph anything here. Joseph, you got anything going on, man? Before we close it out.
No. That's about it. As you can imagine, you mentioned how to write a book and get it published. We're in the last phase of typesetting and cover design to hopefully get it out on the 15th. So our books will hopefully the new ones will be out at about the same time. And then, of course, remember, Terror Strikes coming soon to a city near you. For avid readers on your list, you could buy that now and get that gift-giving purchase out of the way now.
Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Well, you heard the author of Terror Strikes coming to a city near you, the co-host here that joins us here on Mondays and Wednesdays, which you can hear Joseph every Monday and Wednesday here, with the exception of last week. We had some technical issues, but we cleared it up, guys. We cleared it up.
And then also hopefully not only be on with Sauce to discuss Terror Strikes, but when How to Write a Book and Get It Published is out, I could talk to Sauce on his show about Sauce writing a book.
There you go.
See, I don't have time to write a book. That's the thing.
I'm
an old timer. I can't write a book.
You'd be surprised. It's like I told Michael, and he took me up on that advice. You have a show. All you have to do is have 10 or 12 of your shows transcribed, and then just go through and clean them up, add things that you left out of your broadcast. Bam, you got a book, brother.
You know what I'm going to do, Stas, for you? I'm going to off the air here, okay? Because I don't want to give any secrets, okay? Because I believe I came up from the old school way of doing things in life. Everybody has to learn the hard way, right? Here's the thing. I'll tell you something though. Joseph's right. You can take all your shows and you can create that into your manuscript, Sauce, and there you go. You have your book.
All right.
And then that way you promote your book on your show, and your show, and in your book you promote your show. You cross promote the two.
Yep, absolutely. All righty, guys, we're going to close it out here. I'm out of words. I want to thank Joseph for making time to come on the show. We got it working this week. Thank God. Sauce, all I have to say is thank you, Sauce.
No problem. Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to get it out of here. Remember, guys, keep it savaged and follow us everywhere. Or don't. It's up to you guys. Take it easy.